Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Hood here, and this evening we find ourselves in the Deep Run tram, just waiting on some public transit. This is coming to you guys on March the 11th, 2025, hot off one of the most spectacularly explosive raid experiences I've had recently. Shout out all my friends in Sunday Raid, where I not only was able to find my way into the lava on two separate occasions, mostly of my own accord, but also, gotta get rid of the front car, maximum air resistance, but also found myself getting the bomb with my DBM not updated, and as the main tank, going ahead and blowing up half the raid. Shout out all my friends who I blew up. Please COD me a useless item for 10 gold. I at least owe you repair money. And an apology. Man, that really did one to my mental. I'll just open up here about this. You know, I love WoW. I love this team, and especially raiding with some people for the first time. I know I'm probably taking this too seriously, but wiping our raid as the MT on that living bomb really felt bad. I know we cleared the boss and all that, but you know, I survived, which really, you know, kind of felt bad. So, you know, send me hate mail or love mail. I promise I'll do better next time. I'll try to do better next time anyway. You may be wondering why we're sort of taking this journey as it is. Why would you be in Stormwind anyway, dude? You gotta get head, dude. You gotta get that Oni head right here. Come on now. I mean, you can't get that shit in Iron Forge. You need that. 140 AP, 5% melee crit, dude. I need that. We all need that. I was very fortunate this last Sunday to pick up on a soft reserve Corehound Tooth. Gonna make sure that Pantaloons gets a melee weapon in the near future. See if I can have a conversation with the rolling dice to favor him. We've got a couple of ideas in mind. Yeah, we're very happy to have CHT. We had been on Gutgore Lobo for quite a time. We're gonna go ahead and get this enchanted with some Crusader and enjoy the aesthetic of the Corehound Tooth, something that I've always been a huge fan of. So that's our only gear update, but you know, as far as our tank stack goes, man, we're looking great. This is a very geared character, and I'm very blessed to be able to tank for a great team that I do tank for, and that they've given me the opportunity to pick up pieces that, you know, would only be available to a tank in the order that I received them. We're here for the long haul in Iron Forged, and I'm looking forward to tanking Blackwing Lair, Zul'Gurub, on Courage, on into Nax Ramus, Full Dwarf, All Dwarf, and I hope you guys are there to join me. So, why are we here today? Whoa, holy shit, it's a lot of thorium ore. Let's go ahead and clean that up really quick. Today, as you guys know, this is Hoodcraft. So, you're going to listen to the economic ravings of a madman. See if we can go. I'm going to tap this anvil here. Just wanted to start smelting this thorium here as we get into the episode we have tonight. Let me go ahead and kill game volume and hit this Zelda wave back up a little bit here. It's a little bit calmer, cooler, I think. Shout out Barnaby. This is his intro music for, I think, episode 4 of his saga. What a great video. You know, so in the attempt of always trying to make more money for phases to come, we gotta be proactive about phase 3 coming up. And as you guys may or may not know, phase 3 is not a huge phase as far as really strict content goes. I suppose it is as big of a phase as probably phase 4. But we have Arathi Basin coming in. We have, I guess the ranking gear is something to consider as well. You know what? With the ranking consideration to rank 13, I will say that Um, I, Phase 3 might even be comparable to Phase 5 in terms of content, but it's content that a certain amount of people will engage with. We got Blackwing Lair. We have, of course, Rank 13 grind. We've got Arathi Basin, which some people will probably engage in as a potentially, more efficient honor grind. Definitely a more fun one compared to AV, if I'm being honest with you. But additionally, and not to be forgotten, is the Dark Moon Fair. DMF, the world event that will not only be giving us some fun, downtime revelry to engage in, to enjoy, but very importantly, and not to be forgotten, not factions, not crafting. Is it collections? Let's see here. It sure is. Guys, something very, very important to probably not your main, but maybe to your alts. It's coming out in just about a week and a half here. And this is the Amulet of the Dark Moon, as you can see here. 10 string, 19 agi, 10 stam, and the Orb of the Dark Moon. 11 stam, 8 spirit, 22 damage and healing necklaces. Now, if you haven't been lucky enough to receive a Oni Tooth necklace, which is definitely better than Amulet of the Dark Moon, this is a great piece. It's definitely better than the Mark of Forging, which is the In Dreams necklace, if not massively better than it. Definitely an upgrade. Great raw stats, great crit, some stamina. It's a great tank piece. Fantastic for rogues, fantastic for fury warriors, feral druids. We're all looking for this. If, of course, you've not gotten your Oni Tooth choker. As we continue to smelt thorium mysteriously, we will return to that. Orb of the Dark Moon, fantastic casting and healing piece that I'm very happy that is going to exist for casters, because Choker of the Fire Lord, even more rare than Oni Tooth, to be certain. Not a lot of those. Shadow Priests, Mages, Healers of all kinds, great piece. Looking for this. So how do you get it? Well, when Phase 3 comes out, we have these available from the Dark Moon Fair for 1,200 prize tickets. Whole lot of tickets, guys. Whole lot of tickets. And one of the ways that we get tickets to turn into Dark Moon Fair are turn-ins. One of the turn-in items that turning in 6 will yield you 20 tickets is the Thorium Widget. Thorium widgets. What the hell do you even use those for? Well, these go into some things like the Cryo Freeze Ice Reflector, the Frost Engineering Trinket. I believe they go into the Arcanite Dragonling, and a bunch of other sort of obscure, kind of off-the-beaten-path engineering recipes that don't really live on the well-trodden path. But they become incredibly important as soon as Dark Moon Fair drops. Because you get 20 tickets, turning in 60 of them, and if I may do some quick math in my head, 6 times 20, 360, so 360 thorium widgets will get you to this 1,200 Dark Moon Fair prize ticket mark. I have been buying thorium ore over the last few weeks at the rate of about 15 silver per ore, and with lots of downtime. As I go to sleep, usually I hit the smelt button on about 1,000 thorium ore. Got some more stuff in my inventory now, so not quite that many. But we're smelting these ore into bars, and then we will later take these bars with the rune cloth, 3 bars, 1 rune cloth, and begin crafting widgets. The rough cost for making these widgets is about 210 gold per 360 stack of widgets, and I'm hoping they were able to sell them for about 420, 430 gold, maybe even 500, depending on what the market looks like when Dark Moon Fair drops, so that people can just buy immediately their epic BIS adjacent necklace. We currently have about 1,500 thorium widgets, and we are hoping that we can get up to 2,000, 3,000, so we can get as many packs as possible so people can just buy the widgets from me directly, go right to the tournament, get their epic necklace. So that's what Hoodrick's doing. The question remains, and I'll follow up on this now, how are we getting the bankroll to make this happen? Tonight, we're going to be talking about my main account number 1, and how this money is being farmed actively. This is my active gold farming account, meaning that I'm not really doing a lot of passive money making, except for passive smelting and engineering on Hoodrick. I am sweating for this gold. This is the gold that you can make more of faster, but requires an amount of effort put in. So we're going to hop off of Hoodrick here. We're going to pause the smelting. We're going to go over to Hoodrich, my level 55 mage, who has made quite a good living in Zul'Farrak farming, and who also spends most of their time here at the Moonwell when not ZF farming, doing Mooncloth cooldowns. And look at that. We are ready to craft. Mooncloth, of course, now I said active, and we're going to get into some passive here. Hoodrich is a exception, where this is one of my higher level characters that also doubles as a professional. So they are standing here at the Moonwell when not active, printing money every 2 and 4 days. Mooncloth, of course, an item that's going to be skyrocketing in price when Phase 4 comes out, and everybody's looking for that Bloodvine stuff. The amount of mages that have already been re-rolled, I think, is a really high number. And it costs 16 Mooncloth to get that 3-piece Bloodvine set. Big amount. So, I'm going to go ahead and do yours. I'm going to hit that Mooncloth cooldown. We're going to move over here to the mailbox. And we're going to send this Mooncloth to our bagman. The bank character on this account, Files, which we're going to get to really quick. Files is the guy who holds the bag. It looks like Hoodrich has farmed in Zul'Farrak and in other places around 450 gold lately, and we're going to go ahead and take this money, I think, at this point, and move it over to a different character, which will be joining in just a little bit to give some extra depth and sort of further this explanation of why gold exists on certain characters, why gold goes other places. We're going to send 450 to Galoran. We'll be meeting him in just a minute. Currently, Hoodrich looks like he's in his Frostfire AoE Shatter spec. Yes, that is correct. Big Shatter, so this is like a Frost Nova. Crank up a Flame Strike within Flame Strike, and then cast that in Cone of Cold, get that Ignite proc ticking, which burns down mobs left and right, and is really good for dungeons, whereas you can swap to full Frost Arcane Farm when we are in dungeons, or particularly things like Zul'Farrak. Good to have that duality. So, we hopping off of Hoodrich here. You know that mages, big AoE farmers. There's not a lot to talk about when we talk about Galoran here. But this is our primary bagman. Galoran's job, when I am just kind of hanging out, and WoW is my second monitor game, this is what Galoran does. Pop him into the auction house here. This is a good time of night. It's about midnight 30. I'll grab the base group. We're in TSM here. If TSM isn't something that you're super familiar with, be super stoked to do a TSM rundown how I use this fantastic add-on to make money. It's just a killer add-on. I'm going to go ahead and hit a little scan here. And on my second monitor, usually Galoran is just here looking for value. We're looking for anything that's trading sort of 85% of current value or less. And that's going to tell us that we have a good deal. Right now, I'm scanning a bunch of things that I'd really just be scanning for purchasing for personal consumption. I don't buy these potions outright. I have characters that can create them. And what this tells me currently is that it was 12:45 on Monday night. Perhaps we have some price inflation as a result of raid day resetting tomorrow, trying to hedge some people getting ahead of it. Could also be that prices are just on the rise. So this is a good reflection point that I will take note of and make some potions tonight, because it appears as though the market is already jumping. Go ahead and pause this. TSM, fantastic tool, giving us percentage of 2-week average yields on these FAPs at 1 gold 63. This is about right. Major mana potions, these are about right. Greater frost protection potions beginning to climb. We won't need these for a long time, but people are not not afraid of getting ahead of it, it seems. Restos, dwarfs use a lot of these. GFPP is actually a good price because these will go to 12 probably tomorrow. Let's go, Lauren. Alright, I'll move to files here. Files is essentially our offloading alt here. Files not only holds Hoodrick's raid mats when Hoodrick is not in raid mode, but also will take the spoils of our cooldown alts, which we'll get to probably on a different day, and banks them. So we're going to throw the 15 rune cloth we have in here, cured rugged hides. We also have some refined deep rock salts. These should just be turned into cured ruggeds, but imagining we have basically 6 cured ruggeds, 15 moon cloth. We got about, damn, elemental earth, elemental waters. We got 500, 600, maybe even 900 gold in here, depending on when we actualize this profit. Looks like we have elemental water now trading at 1 gold. These were bought at 10 silver a piece, so this is pretty profitable, but they're going to go higher, so we're going to wait. Then a bunch of other just random kind of mats hanging out here. I had a trigger phase where I was really into unstable triggers, but, you know, sapper use has gone down. What are you going to do? Files, the auction housing, and alternatively alchemy holds bot. Hop off of him. And now, guys, we're just going to get into some alts that I have that have, you know, positions that I've taken, just kind of speculatively. Brune in here's got some grave moss, got some ghost mushrooms. These will go up as shadow protection potions, and you know, other kind of ghost mushroom centric items continue to climb, and you know, all things just go up and inflate as value, and the gold supply increases. You know, having liquid gold and not spending it is losing money. It's just like in real life. If you're holding cash, not assets, you will lose money. Nothing wrong with it, of course, but if you want to be proactive, invest. Fire blooms and fire oil. The amount of greater firepower potions that are going to be consumed in Phase 4 and beyond. Very large number. Mages need 3 fire oil and 3 fire bloom for 1 greater firepower elixir. There are going to be a lot of fire mages. This position is woefully inadequate. We need about 10 times this. But we are limited by how much money we can make with our transmutes. So our transmutes fund the active gold that we use to make hedge bets now so that we pay off later. Why are you doing this, Hood? Why would you spend so much time doing all this bullshit? I'll tell you, one day, what we're saving all this money for. Corandon is powerful mojo. This goes into the Bloodline set. We'll get into that in a later video as well. Orden bar. These should not be bolts of rune cloth. They should be bandages. These Briarthorn are also kind of random. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Maybe these go into bags, rune cloth bags one day. Ugh. Yeah, I look at this account and I wonder, what were you thinking? Orabelle here. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Strangle Kelp's going to go up. Nature protection potions are going to be, you know, inflated once we have AQ come out, when people don't want to pay for the greater nature protection potions. And these FAFs are going to become very valuable once the AB sweats start turning up the heat, and they need these for competitive battleground pre-mating. I should probably make all these Strangle Kelps into FAFs. These are going to move quickly. That's what that position's all about. And I think Mirling here is our last tune. As I run out of gas myself to continue just talking and talking to myself, we have an enchanting mat piece. As people run less and less 5-man dungeons, guys, large brilliant shards and general level 60 enchant materials are going to go down in availability, meaning their price will increase. These large brills are about 2 gold, 15 on the auction house now. They will be 5, 6, 7 by the time Phase 4 hits. This is a guaranteed double. There is no way that these prices stay the way that they are, unless the amount of mages boosting Stratholme exponentially increases, or people keep running Ubers. It's just not going to happen as soon as Olgarub comes out. Guys, now everything that I just said was a guaranteed certainty. I could be completely wrong. These are just things that I have observed and noticed over the last 2 editions of Classic World of Warcraft that I have played. Markets are never guaranteed, but assets generally outperform sitting income in the long run. The only way that would not be the case would be if everybody quit WoW en masse. That is unlikely. So, talk to me in the comments. Send me a message about your gold making things, your ideas, how you guys afford the high cost of raid mats. It has taken me a long time to build my position, and you might be wondering, Hood, where are all of those transmute alts that you were talking about? Guys, they're on a separate account. It's going to be for a separate video. But for now, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your time. Enjoy your time in Azeroth. Adios.